I'm making seabas in caper and butter sauce with grilled marinated carrots.
Now, where do we start? It's very simple, is with carrots, right here.
My carrots have been boiled in salted water, then cooled.
We're gonna add a little touch of olive oil and some salt.
Make sure you have a hot griddle pan ready.
Now listen to this. Perfect. And these are just not gonna be any boring carrots, these are gonna be absolutely fantastic.
Cooking carrots like this increases their sweetness. And I'll be marinating them in garlic and fresh mint leaves.
Always keep an eye on the carrots to make sure that you turn them around. Beautiful. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Those griddle marks on the carrots, I have to admit, they look quite sexy.
The fragrant marinade is so simple.
A little more of extra virgin olive oil.
A sprinkling of salt and a little chili.
A couple of pinches, no more than that.
White wine vinegar gives just enough acidity.
And you will see if it's incorporated well, because the oil starts to get a kind of a cloudy color. The only thing that you got left to do, pick up the carrots and then go straight in. And if you can keep them for about 5 to 10 minutes to marinate, that it will be perfect.
Now for my seabas, I've got some seasoned flour.
Just pick up the fish, straight on top like this.
Once the fish is completely coated, I want you to make about 4 cuts in the skin, so it won't curl up in the pan.
That's it. Job done.
Then it's time to fry with a good Italian olive oil.
And then straight after the olive oil, we're gonna add butter. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when you put oil and butter together, the butter is not gonna burn. Skin side down straight away.
The fish will take about 5 or 6 minutes on the skin side. And meanwhile, get the butter sauce ingredients ready. Fresh parsley, wonderful garlic, and salty capers will work so well with the sweet seabas.
Oh, look at that.
The second side takes less time. So now I can bring the beautiful sauce together with fresh oil.
Capers, parsley, and garlic all goes in. Like that.
All I need is a lemon. And finally, the essential butter. It's time to serve it up.
The garlic, the fresh mint, the extra virgin olive oil. Now we get the fish in.
Fantastico.
So nice and crispy. The last touch. That's it. Look at that. And there you have it. Seabas in capers and butter sauce, served with grilled carrots and a beautiful marinade. And I really hope that the guys from the boat, they're gonna like it.
Now, I simply have to use pesto for my Ligurian feast. And I'm going to make a dish that's so typical of the region.
And it's pasta with pesto, with green beans and potatoes. And where do I start? Is right here with my pesto and mortar.
Try to use young basil leaves for this sauce. There are no strict rules, so I'm adding rockets.
I love the bitterness of the rocket leaves against the sweetness of the basil.
Add a touch of salt, then some pungent garlic and a mild olive oil that won't overpower the ingredients.
And now the only thing that I have to do, start to pesto.
You could use a food processor here, but the traditional method gives my pesto a more rustic texture.
Trust me, it's gonna be worth every effort you put it in.
Pine nuts are the classic choice for pesto, but I like to be different. I use walnuts as well for extra crunch and that earthy, bitter flavor. This smells amazing.
The only thing that I want to do right now is put my finger in there and just eat it.
But I'll have to be patient, as there is still punchy pecorino cheese to add and olive oil to loosen the mix.
And yes, more pasting.
Keep going, but make sure the pesto stays rustic.
Look at that. Leave the texture in there because that is the difference between a good pesto and a great pesto. Now, let's get on with the rest of the dish.
My handful of fresh green beans is going into salted boiling water with the local trofie pasta.
Have a look at this. It looks like all little tiny curl and very, very popular around the Ligurian region. Make sure you give it a good stir and keep the water boiling. Salted boiling water. That is the secret to make sure that the pasta doesn't stick.
Just a couple of minutes in the pan and I'm ready to serve. Don't waste a drop of that pesto. And let me tell you something about the cooking water.
This little water that is at the end, I need that to make sure that the pesto is loose enough to coat the pasta perfectly. Fantastico. And you slowly, slowly coat the pasta into your pesto dressing.
For extra flavor and texture, I've boiled and cubed some firm potatoes. Look at that.
A few basil leaves for decoration. That's it. My trofie pasta with pesto, green beans, and potatoes. Liguria, I'm now officially your son. Buon appetito.
Having sampled this exquisite vinegar, I have to use some for my next recipe. Balsamic vinegar is usually put with cold foods, but I'm gonna use it in a hot dish with chicken and pancetta.
And the first thing that you have to do, make sure you have a nice hot pan, drizzle a little olive oil into the pan, and then just put the chicken on top of the oil.
This dish is simple to make and pretty impressive if you got friends coming round.
Make sure that the skin is nice and crispy, then turn it over.
I like using the thigh and leg meat, as it's nice and moist. Chicken breast tends to be more dry.
At this point, we add the diced pancetta. Mix the pancetta all around the chicken. You can imagine now, the fat and the saltiness of the pancetta is gonna get into the chicken meat.
For even more flavor, I'm adding garlic and thyme.
I wish you could smell this. The garlic, the pancetta, the skin of the chicken, the thyme. This is gonna be amazing. Now, as soon as the pancetta starts to get nice and crispy, it's time to add white wine. You can see straight away there are a lot of white bubbles into the oil. The alcohol of the wine is evaporate, so it's not going to be any bitter in my sauce. Now wait for about a minute, and then we're going to add plain vegetable stock, which you can make with a stock cube. I want probably about 200 milliliter.
For now, just season with pepper, because there is plenty of salt in the pancetta.
Now cover with a lid and gently cook for 1 hour.
It's as simple as that. I'm going to serve my chicken and pancetta with a delicious asparagus, tomato, and flat leaf parsley salad. I add olive oil and lemon.
And it's very important that you massage the lemon, so then when you're going to squeeze it, all the juices are going to be nice and easy coming out.
The tangy lemon softens the asparagus.
And if you have a couple of pips, just pick them up.
Season with salt and pepper and gently toss the salad.
All these flavors, they're going to be nice and combined together. Put it on the side for 20 minutes. The chicken is definitely ready. The sauce is getting nice and creamy, shiny, bubbling away. Switch off the heat, and now is when the magic is going to happen. I'm using a traditional balsamic vinegar, which is a little bit more expensive than standard vinegar.
If you can't get traditional balsamic, you can use the ordinary stuff.
At this point, I want you to switch on the heat again and just warm up the balsamic vinegar for about 2 minutes.
Warming the dish through will give the balsamic vinegar a chance to combine with the sauce. My salad is so colorful and fresh, it will complement the dish perfectly.
The color is just amazing. Now, chicken is perfect.
And of course, don't forget to add the incredible pancetta, garlic, and balsamic vinegar sauce.
And this is how you make chicken in balsamic vinegar with asparagus and cherry tomato salad. Fantastico! Vado?
Mezza e mezza.
Oh, all right. Oh, so there is a proper technique to do it. What I like is the fact that it's got a little crunch outside. Then as you bite it in, you get the Tuscan liqueur exploding into your palate. This is the best. I think the way to eat it is like this.
Paolo's speeches have really inspired me to create my own fruit and cream dessert. It's apple poached in red wine with amaretti biscuit cream.
And we start right here with this beautiful apple.
I've already taken out the core of these granny smiths, so just peel away.
Look at this. 7 years in catering college.
The apples go into a deep saucepan.
Get yourself a good bottle of red wine and cover the apples. That's it.
Now my apples get a hot and spicy bath with sugar, cinnamon, and black peppercorns.
Cook the apple for 4 minutes, switch off the heat, and just let it cool down in the red wine. I'm now ready for my amaretti biscuit cream.
And it starts with 2 golden egg yolks and a good helping of castor sugar.
And you now need to whisk your egg yolk until pale and fluffy.
Believe you me, the hard work will be worth it.
I'm happy with this. Shiny, smooth. Straight in there, we're gonna add the mascarpone cheese.
Mascarpone boosts the flavor of the dish without overpowering the original taste. Vanilla adds a warm and sweet flavor. And if you can't get pods like this one, use a few drops of vanilla extract.
There you have it. Straight into the mascarpone and egg cream. Now the last thing you have to do is crush in a few amaretti biscuits.
These crunchy biscuits add not only a beautiful texture to the cream, but I love their intense almond flavor. Now it's time for my poached spicy apple.
I'm gonna choose this one. I like this one.
Fantastico! The color has come through perfectly, just the way I want it.
That's it. And now I'm gonna put everything together. Start to arrange the apples in the middle, overlapping each slice.
Look at that smooth yet crunchy biscuit cream. Delicious. I've boiled down some of the red wine mixture from the apple saucepan to make this intense, sticky, fruity sauce. And to finish, a little sprinkle of amaretti biscuits for extra bite.
I'm happy with this. My poached apples in red wine with amaretti biscuit cream. Enjoy. And the one I'm going to prepare is a chocolate panforte with amaretto liqueur. It's going to be very easy and delicious.
I've got 3 egg whites that I'm gently breaking up, so don't go mad with the whisk. Next, a classic panforte ingredient.
You probably want about 3 tablespoons of runny honey. And make sure that you mix the egg whites and honey together. Okay.
Ground almonds will turn the mixture into an amazing paste.
And at this point, what you get is like a soft marzipan texture.
Now for the crunchy bit, hazelnuts and walnuts. And for bursts of flavor, candied peel.
And you're gonna have to admit that so far, it's a pretty easy recipe, right?
Italian amaretto liqueur gives even more intense almond flavor. And next, my icing sugar.
And trust me, whenever you fold in icing sugar, you're gonna have to be very careful, otherwise it's gonna go everywhere. So, slowly, slowly.
My cake mixture is nearly ready. All it needs is the star ingredient, melted chocolate.
You must make sure that the bottom of the glass bowls never touches the hot water, because if the glass touches the hot water, the chocolate is going to come very, very bitter. Okay, so be careful when you do that.
I insist on using a good quality dark chocolate.
And this is going to be the last time that you're ever going to fold, as far as the panforte is concerned. Look at that. This is going to be incredible.
Now we put everything into a tin, so get busy with the cling film. Wow, I am in chocolate heaven. Push the mixture down into the tin and spread it evenly.
And then cover the top with cling film.
In Siena, they cook their panforte in the oven. But my recipe is even easier.
Put it into the fridge for 3 hours just to allow it to set. But I got one already prepared here. Hey, have a look at this.
Time to unwrap the panforte.
Turn it. Look how easy it is. What we're gonna have to do now, cover it with a chocolate glaze.
My glaze starts with icing sugar and boiling water.
So melt the icing sugar into the water, and then it goes straight into the melted chocolate. Yum, yum. Look at that.
Now all you need to do is the fun part, the decorating. Just spread the smooth chocolate all over the cake.
You're gonna have to be very quick now, otherwise the chocolate is gonna set. Look at this. Right? Beautiful and shiny.
To finish off, lovely sugar crystals and the job is done.
My chocolate panforte with amaretto liqueur. Simple, beautiful, and very tasty.